So Marjorie Taylor Greene had this to say about corporate greed.
But we have people like Ilhan Omar. She wants to, crack down on corporate greed when it comes to rails and the privately owned sections of rails. But really what we have to do is we have to make sure that our rails are safe.
Okay, Marge. The way we make our rails safe is by implementing safety regulations and requiring that corporations adhere to them. And now, those things cost money, and oftentimes corporations don't want to spend money on things that don't ultimately impact their bottom line or their profits. Now, one thing that these corporations do spend money on is lobbying, and they lobby politicians to roll back a lot of these regulations and safety standards that certain presidents have put in place. And oftentimes, they're successful in rolling back a lot of these safety regulations. And now here's where corporate greed comes into play. Norfolk Southern, whose train derailed in Ohio, spent $10 billion on stock buybacks. So instead of spending money on things like safety, they spent money on stock buybacks. And we should be angry when things like this happen because they're preventable. Corporate greed should not be a partisan issue because it affects everyone, Democrats and Republicans alike. And we should be asking and demanding accountability from these corporations, as well as more strict safety regulations, so we can ensure that railways and roads in our infrastructure is safe. Oh, and let's not forget the infrastructure bill. The $1 trillion infrastructure bill that President Biden and Congress passed in 2022 provided much needed funding to repair and rebuild our failing infrastructure. That's a good thing. Oh, and who voted against the infrastructure bill? Take a wild guess. Marjorie Taylor frickin' Greene.